when I'm doing the baby bounce or health bounce, there's a couple ways of doing it. You can bend at the knee. As you're bending at the knee, you're focusing the effect more on the thighs and the knees. And that's great. This is very effective. It's going to be a little different because it works on the thighs and the knees. If we lift our heels up and down, we're working more of the calf muscle. The weakest area of circulation in the body is in the lower extremities. That's where we get edema, swelling, varicose veins. So as we're lifting our heels up and down, we assist the heart through the muscles in the calf that create pressure to help feed the circulation through the one-way valves back up to the heart. So we can help avoid or reduce varicose veins and swelling in those areas. And so this helps move fluid. It's pumping, literally a pump. Okay, so from there, if we want to do I'm going to talk about the Jamba run, or the Jamba walk. If you lean forward and you do the walk, it's a lot easier. But it takes the weight off the thighs and the buttocks and puts it on the back. The back's not doing anything, it's just holding you up. So when we do the Jamba walk, I encourage people, keep your back straight and your feet flat and push down into the mat this way, because now you keep the weight right over the thighs. And these muscles are really working. Those are big muscles. So it tires you down faster because those muscles are eating up the glucose and the sugars in the bloodstream, the most readily available energy source. It's the same thing when we do the Jamba run. Just doing that, I feel that. When we do the Jamba run, everybody does. You want to keep your back straight again, feet flat. And if you want to experience something that's pretty intense, feel your buttocks. Feel your buttocks and your muscles when you bend to the knee, keeping your back straight, and you run as fast as you can, flat-footed, without lifting your feet up off the mat. And so it's done just like that. And just feel those muscles, how much they are working. And when I first introduced that, I lost so much weight that I even lost my rear, and I had to back off because it was too intense. Cellercise is fun, but it's very, very efficient too. So that technique, this is leaning forward, is easier, a lot easier than keeping your back straight. And you can kind of tighten your buttocks a little bit, and you'll know exactly what I mean. Okay, any other questions, Bricky? All right, good. So on the, we talked about the hips, twisting in the hips, twisting in the hip socket area, which is important. Kickouts. This is more advanced. I don't recommend, especially if you're not used to a Cellerciser, leveraging too much body weight too soon. Let your body adapt. It takes a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks. It's not that big a deal, and then you can start, if you feel up to it, you can start doing some of the more advanced techniques. So jogging in place is great. Jogging like this, tilting backwards slightly, focuses the weight right there. That's working. And that helps to prepare you for leveraging even more weight, which is done by just tilting back a little bit and kicking your legs out. That is a lot of weight. You're coming down with one leg up. And most people don't even comprehend how intense that is until they've tried it. For the waist and the hips, some subtle movements. You can do it this way, where you're just basically lifting the leg up and it focuses here. And as you're doing it, nothing wrong, this is great. You can also tilt slightly. As I tilt slightly, I leverage more weight. By doing that gentle tilt, it's not quite the same. It's more elongated throughout the whole body. So I really kind of like doing that a little bit better than I like just kicking out side to side. So that's just a subtle change. Go ahead and try that, and it works effectively. If you're working the lower back and the buttocks, you can lean forward a little bit. Yes, when you start off, these muscles, in most people, they're fairly weak. And so when they think they're kicking their legs out like this, they're really just doing this. That's okay. You don't have to force it. As you lean forward and you kick your feet behind you, these muscles, simply because you're leaning forward, every time you come down, these muscles are flexing. They don't have an option. So you're leaning forward and you're just doing this, but you're putting weight. And then as you get stronger, your legs become straighter and you leverage more weight. So those are just some nuances, some little differences that can help you in your journey toward better health and fitness.